Snipers in Halo are like peanut butter and jelly. They just go well together, unless you're allergic to peanuts or something like that. Nonetheless, today we thought it'd be interesting to take a look at the greatest sniper rifle levels in the entire Halo franchise. And snipers have been a thing that have shown up in each Halo campaign over the years. Some levels are amazing, while others, well, they exist. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at every single sniper-centric level in the Halo franchise. Ready, set, go. Starting things off, we have Halo Combat Evolved, the game that started the entire franchise and our first experience with the sniper rifle. And while you can get a sniper rifle on the second level, Halo, you just have to politely ask a Marine to give you his sniper rifle. This level really isn't an overall sniper rifle level, though there was a chance that if you were jumping into the franchise with Halo 1 back in the day, this was your first experience where you got to use it in this little firefight section by the rocks. But the real sniper rifle level for Combat Evolved definitely was the beginning area of Truth and Reconciliation, the third level in Combat Evolved. This level was great. Not only do you get to see the new night vision feature added into the HUD for the sniper rifle, but you get to sneak along a ridgeline and pick off a bunch of Covenant enemies. Now there's two ways this can go. The first way is you are successfully stealthy and you pick off a couple of enemies without you getting noticed, or for whatever reason you immediately alert all of the enemies and they start scrambling around and you try to catch up your sniper shots where you can. Either approach was a great way to play this level and get used to using the sniper rifle, and I think even with the enemies running around all chaotically, players quickly learned that the sniper rifle can be more mobile than maybe in some other games. No scoping is actually decently effective still, and this level didn't just give you one little area to use the sniper on. You continue to get to use the sniper throughout the whole outdoor section of the level, and it does come in handy in most scenarios. If you're someone who replayed Truth and Reconciliation a lot back in the day, I think typically you would want to try to keep your sniper rifle as long as you could, because the longer you had it, the more options you had when approaching harder enemies. Even if you could get the sniper rifle inside with you to use in the indoor parts, it was still very viable even at a closer range. This was a great level to really introduce the sniper rifle, but also kind of mix up the pace in Halo Combat Evolved a bit, since we just had two levels where you're just kind of going through quickly and killing stuff fast. Now all of a sudden you had a new tool that could be really effective at a little bit of a longer range. As much as I love Truth and Reconciliation, on Lasso difficulty, I have to say this level does feel incredibly frustrating when you're doing it co-op, because ammo is so sparse. Most people don't have this problem on solo Lasso playthroughs, but man, on co-op it is brutal. We almost wanted to give up on Lasso altogether because of this level, so we're a little frustrated still, maybe a little salty towards this level because of that one specific experience, but it did take us like 6 or 7 tries before we finally had an attempt where we actually could get further than the first room in the ship. It was a whole mess. You guys probably remember. Okay, I'm sorry. Still, Truth and Reconciliation for most players isn't that bad of a sniper experience. It is pretty fun. It does land on a high note for every other experience other than co-op Lasso. Okay, and before we leave Halo Combat Evolved, if we want to get technical, there is a sniper rifle you can get from a Marine on Assault on the Control Room, and since this level does have some outdoor sections which have these long stretches, being able to pick off some enemies from a distance can be really helpful, though I don't think Assault on the Control Room is necessarily one of those levels you think of when you're thinking of sniper levels in Halo. Still a neat addition, and there'll be more instances of this where snipers are technically in the game, but we're not going to classify them as sniper levels, so we might skip over them. But yeah, Assault on the Control Room definitely does have a sniper rifle. Now if we want to shift gears, we can look to Halo 2, specifically the level Metropolis, where you do get a beam rifle after coming out of the tunnel, and you can have a little bit of a standoff with some of the Jackals. Now most players may have picked up this beam rifle but not really used it in their regular, more casual playthroughs. When you ramp up the difficulty a bit and you're playing on Legendary in Halo 2, you quickly realize that these Jackals mean business, especially if you were trying to make your way through the alleyways on the previous level outskirts and you're getting shot at by a bunch of these guys. After dealing with that, for once the roles were reversed and you had the sniper rifle now, and you could pick off a couple of the Jackals before you would progress ahead. Now while there are snipers that you could get access to in both these two levels, I'm not really sure that those should classify strictly as like the definitive sniper rifle level of Halo 2, because we have the level Regret, which definitely stands as like the definitive sniper section of love this game. It is interesting that Master Chief actually has more beam rifle usage in his campaign when it comes to snipers, but nonetheless, this level is interesting because there are jackal snipers everywhere and they're ready to pick you off the moment you maybe peek your head out. Especially on higher difficulties like Legendary or Lasso, this can be incredibly brutal, where if you're on a lower difficulty, you can probably bypass the section without even using the sniper rifle if you don't want to use it. Though, having a beam rifle at your side here does make this part a little bit easier, especially with the jackals having different spawns depending on what your configuration randomly is. So it keeps this level exciting as you never really know exactly where the jackals can jump up and kill you from. It keeps it a challenge, but at the same time, if you master and hone your skills, you can get through this and continue on with the rest of the level. Regret is a pretty fun example of a quick pop-up sniping level that's quite different from anything else we'll see later on in the franchise. Okay, also in Halo 2, one that gets overlooked on the level High Charity, there is this little section after you go up the elevator here. There's a bunch of drones flying across and you have a sniper rifle. It is kind of fun. It's like a game of duck hunt. You just pick them off, and that's interesting and kind of flooding back some good old memories of Halo 3 custom games where you played duck hunt, or Halo Reach custom games where you played duck hunt. Sorry, I'm sidetracked, but those were really fun sniper experiences that aren't necessarily official levels. Okay, sorry, let's get back on track here. Next we go to Halo 3, and Halo 3 didn't necessarily have as long of a sniper dedicated level, much like Halo 2, but there are some good little fun sections, with the best section by far being the opening part of the level, the Arc. Now, this level typically is an epic tank mission. There's a good stretch of the beginning section that's dedicated to you, some ODSTs and some Marines, and a sniper rifle, and you have to maneuver through a couple of little sections where you can either go, once again, with the quick and loud approach of fighting the Covenant off here, using sniper rifles or other weapons in your arsenal, or you can take it slow and try to be more stealthy, picking off some of the biggest enemies first before clearing out the smaller enemies. While this level doesn't necessarily do anything dramatically different from, say, Truth and Reconciliation in Halo Combat Evolved, it's still another solid choose your approach type section, and we will give it some credit here for being pretty fun. So while Halo 3 doesn't necessarily have like the same traditional sniper type of level, we do get a sniper rifle on the Storm, where there's a couple of locations you can actually get a sniper rifle. So it kind of seems like this gun was left there so that you at least start getting used to the sniper. You can try it out in a couple of different scenarios. It does work mostly towards the end when you're pushing towards that big AA gun. It can really come in handy at picking off enemies from a distance, but once again, this is just an instance of a sniper rifle, not necessarily a dedicated sniper rifle level. Moving into Halo 3 ODST though, we have NMPD HQ. Now, early on in the game, the cutscene literally even teases the fact that a sniper rifle would be weird for this type of mission.
What the hell am I supposed to do with this inside a Covenant ship?
So it comes full circle when you actually get to the sniper rifle mission, and you're on the rooftops of the police headquarters, and there's of course going to be jackals and other Covenant everywhere. Now I gotta give ODST some credit here because this specific level actually does a really good job at creating a brand new experience with the sniper rifle altogether. Similar to how maybe Halo 2's Regret worked, we have once again a scenario where there's jackals at a distance just sniping at you, and they're kind of in this like pop-up type setting where you have to quickly try to pick them off before they snipe you, but at the same time you have moving enemies down below which keep you constantly mobile and on your feet. This is kind of a unique instance where for a sniper level you're moving and pushing forward while also picking off enemies on the go. It's kind of a different approach and it works really well here. It was an interesting way to incorporate the sandbox that Halo ODST was utilizing with Halo 3's sandbox, and not only creating a unique and different sniper experience than Halo 3's The Ark, but also it created a unique sniping level compared to any previous Halo game. So definitely it should get some kudos there because ODST seems to always be underappreciated. Next we go into Halo Reach's Nightfall, and this is definitely a fan favorite level when it comes to sniper levels across all of Halo. Not only are you paired with the group sniper, June, but this is a full full sniper level that's just dedicated to allowing you to use this gun as much as you want from beginning to end. And this time around, this level utilizes all the different types of experiences that you could have in a sniper level, but in one single level. Early on, Nightfall feels a lot like Truth and Reconciliation, where you can go at your own pace and choose to go stealthily or pick off some enemies. Sometimes you need to kind of keep moving along, much like with what ODST did while taking out enemies, but then they also introduced some larger firefight type sections where there's waves of enemies and some enemies that are being dropped in that you also have to pick out, and once again, you're left to reach a sandbox to choose how you want to approach this, and if you want to save your sniper ammo or use them on these gutas. It's not an overly long level either, so it doesn't necessarily feel like a slog at any point. You can just progress through it at your own pace, and this is probably why this level is loved by so many Halo fans. Now, obviously, Nightfall isn't the only example in all of Halo Reach where you get to use a sniper rifle. The sniper does pop up from time and time again throughout the rest of the entire campaign, being a weapon that you can use as an asset to fight off against enemies, though Nightfall definitely stands out as being the most sniper-oriented level. But still, if you look at some of the other levels and the utilizations that you can have with this sniper rifle, it really becomes apparent that the use of the sniper had really evolved over the course of 10 years of the Halo franchise and these campaigns, where players are comfortable taking the sniper rifle up in more than just a simple sniper rifle level type scenario. The sniper rifle became such a popular weapon that if players had the opportunity to, they'll grab it and use it as a power weapon in another level as well. And it can be very helpful on those higher difficulties when you're faced off against more challenging enemies like elites, or if you can whip yourself around behind a hunter and pop some shots off there. But still, I think it's safe to say that while you can use the sniper rifle in Lone Wolf and hold out as long as you want, Nightfall still takes the cake as the definitive version to experience the sniper with in the Halo Reach campaign. Now, with Halo 4 only having a few sniper sections, they kind of had to make them count, I guess. So first we have the level Reclaimer. It's that long level where you're defending a giant mammoth for a while, but then you go off and you do a ton of other things in this level also. There is this section of the level towards the back half though, where you have to kind of go through this little close canyon, and there's a ton of sniper enemies in this section, and this was kind of one of the big key parts where you're supposed to snipe and clear your way through. Now on higher difficulties, this part can be kind of a pain. Your ammo is limited, you have to use it wisely, and there are a lot of enemies, and it can be kind of frustrating at times, but at least we had something that was more familiar, I guess, as we have this setting where we're pushing our way through. It's not the best and greatest sniper part, but at least we had something, maybe? I don't know. I know I come across as harsh when it comes to Halo 4 sometimes, but there was nothing necessarily amazing about this one. However, I will say that we will talk about Shutdown in a minute, and that one does get a little bit more positivity towards it. But before that, there was a Spartan Ops level that is based on this section from Halo 4 also, and once again, it is kind of intended for more sniper usage. There are a couple other Spartan Ops levels that also use snipers, but this one specifically is one of the first ones you encounter and kind of sets the tone for a lot of Spartan Ops. But yeah, this one is called Sniper Alley. It's the second mission technically, and the whole level has a bunch of sniper enemies. You can make your loadout for Spartan Ops, but a sniper isn't an option for that, so you have to grab a sniper from the in-game world. It's kind of interesting that you start off with a bunch of ARs placed at the start and not an actual sniper, so you're gonna have to do some looting. When you do push in a little bit into this level, you do get a Covenant sniper rifle, and once you get that, then the mission actually does pick up, and in the Spartan Ops setting, for once, this section does work a little bit better, I think, than the campaign, because in the campaign, it's just really frustrating when you die, and it feels kind of like there's some cheap shots. I remember playing Legendary solo for the achievement, and I was way more frustrated on this than I was on, say, Regret, for example, and I think part of it has to do with the fact that it's so late in the level that you're kind of at that point where you just want to be done with the level already, and there's still so much to go. At the very least, with the Spartan Ops one, you do have unlimited lives, so you can throw yourself at it and chip away at this part on higher difficulties, but I remember dying a ton when I did this specific Spartan Ops level. It wasn't really the best of times, but the very least having the respawn makes it a little bit better. So the Spartan Ops I think is a little bit better than the campaign version. It's at least as fun as Spartan Ops can be. Also, you get the UNSC sniper rifle later on, so that's pretty nice. For the most part, the sniper rifle takes a pretty big back seat as far as dedicated levels go, and in some cases even dedicated level sections. Fortunately, there is one little part in the level shutdown where if you actually go through the level normally, which mind you, there's a skip in this level that most players nowadays do that let you go straight to the end of this level every time. But if you're playing through the level actually normally, there is a section after you ride inside of this building through the gondola and get all the way to the end. When you're on your way out, you do have access to a sniper rifle if you kept it with you, and there are a ton of watchers that'll start coming out, and you have to try to quickly shoot them out of the sky as fast as possible. Now, this section, if you once again remember to keep your sniper rifle here, is really fun actually. The watchers are far enough away where you either have to wait around if you have a different weapon for them to get closer, or you can get the leg up on them by sniping them from the distance. And while it is a little bit more challenging to shoot at these guys from a further distance, it is pretty cool still. Matter of fact, when it was time to get the achievement for getting like a ton of watcher kills, I don't remember what the achievement was called. Maybe we could show it on the screen. This was the checkpoint that I used, and I would just reset my checkpoint and just kill all of those watchers at a distance over and over again, because it was the easiest way to grind out watchers, because from just playing through Halo 4 on all the difficulties and lasso, you won't get anywhere close to near the amount of watcher kills you need just playing normally. Fortunately, this wasn't that tedious because the process of killing these watchers is actually kind of like a little fun mini game, so I actually thoroughly enjoyed myself on this Halo 4 section. Okay, when it comes to things in Halo 5, you can start as Linda on co-op, and she's the character that has the sniper rifle, but besides a specific character choice in co-op giving you a distinct sniper character, and obviously you getting access to a sniper rifle, there isn't really that much of a dedicated sniper level in Halo 5 Guardians per se. You can find the special Norfang sniper rifle variant on the level Unconfirmed, and that has explosive shots with tracking bullets, and using that sniper for that level actually does feel really nice. It is kind of fun, though I don't think that should necessarily count as a sniper level in the same sense of everything else we've just looked at. I don't know what it was, maybe it was just the character balancing, but yeah, sniping isn't really that mainstay in Halo 5 if you're looking for an experience like that. Okay, there is another sniper when it comes to Halo 5 Guardians on the level Reunion. It's Master Chief's like second level where you play as him in Blue Team, but you can find the twin jewels of Maetherilion, which is a thing, I guess. It is a kind of a cool sniper rifle. I don't know if this necessarily should classify as an entire sniper-based level, but I mean, we're trying to pick something for Halo 5, and a secret sniper rifle might be the only thing we can come up with. But yeah, look, here's what it looks like when we shoot it. Okay, then on the flip side of things, we looked at Halo Infinite, and once again, there's no dedicated sniper rifle level. We looked at Halo Infinite recently also in our tank video, and unlike sniper rifle, there was a dedicated tank section. But yeah, no sniper rifle level necessarily. However, Halo Infinite does do a decent job at letting you unlock more of your arsenal as you progress through the game, so you can regularly get access to a sniper rifle, and in this case, it's actually pretty cool here. The fact that the sniper rifle is tied together with the open world experience finally in Halo, this is an example of something that works really well in Halo Infinite. You can sneak around and choose how you want to approach things, especially in all of the side spin-off sections of the level where you have to go and like do a fob or something like that. That's when the sniper rifle really shines. Or maybe if you know what you're doing going into a level or a section, the sniper rifle can be great. But yeah, as far as everything else, story-wise and level-wise, there's no dedicated sniper level per se when it comes to Halo Infinite. But the sniper still works good in the game, just doesn't fall into the best sniping levels category. Okay, then we could look at a couple of bonus ones real quick. Halo Wars 2, in the second act of the campaign, there's a mission called Under the Dark, and you get introduced to the sniper units, and you only use sniper units for a good chunk of this level, so it isn't really a first-person sniper experience, but it still kind of is a dedicated sniper experience in Halo Wars 2. And then, this probably doesn't count as a good sniper mission, but a sniper mission of all time. Mission 14 of Infiltration of the Covenant Perimeter from Spartan Assault. You have to escort some UNSC snipers to different positions, but, you know, this is maybe a reach to even include this here. So now it's time to pick the top 3 sniper rifle levels, and this was actually really challenging, surprisingly, because we felt like there's 2 really strong contenders that are like amazing and have no drawbacks whatsoever, and then the rest of these sniper levels are good, like they're mostly kind of 8 out of 10 level, somewhere around there, but have like 1 or 2 things that kind of just stop it from being like, yes, this is amazing. So we're picking just our top 2 picks. They almost could have been the definitive, this is the best sniper level in all of Halo, but NMPD HQ from Halo 3 ODST and Nightfall from Halo Reach. So there you have it, the best and worst, maybe, sniper levels in all of Halo. What did you think? Did you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Let us know in the comments down below. Also, all you mad snipers on our Patreon who've been supporting us, we really appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. If you guys want to join up and help support our content, throwing a couple dollars our way actually goes a really long way, and we appreciate you, and you get access to our cool secret Patreon Discord. So if you want to help us out and throw a couple dollars our way, definitely check out the link down below. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time with a brand new video.